Yeah, I thought you recognized the show. Even if you haven't watched it, you've probably heard of it, especially the lead actor, Benedict Cumberbatch. In this day and age, with the advent of social media and the ability to see other people's opinions very quickly on the viewing site, it's very easy in this day and age to become what most people call overrated, or not as good as people say they are. But my god, Benedict Cumberbatch is that good. It's hard to put into words how brilliant he is. All the praise he gets, he deserves. He is beyond phenomenal in the show. And that's not to say the other actors aren't, like Martin Freeman. He's brilliant too. It's so beautifully well done and well told, which is quite a surprise actually when we see who one of the head writers is. Yep, Stephen Moffat, the man that ruined Doctor Who. Well, for me anyway. So, I guess he's not all that bad, I guess. Sherlock, for those of you who haven't seen it, based on the title, it's fairly obvious. It follows the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Basically, Sherlock Holmes in the modern day and age. It sounds pretty basic and it's been done many times before, but the show is woven together so beautifully. The only downside is that this show takes forever to come out, usually only like one season every 2 years, and you only get 3 episodes. But on the plus side, most of these episodes are 1 hour and 30 minutes long. And by God, they're like mini movies. And unlike most detective dramas and other shows out there, it's actually fairly easy to watch. I'm not saying the show is stupid, of course not. It's still interesting how Sherlock finds these plans out, but I've never been very good at watching detective shows. I almost never know what's going on most of the time, but thankfully, an idiot like me can follow the show, so chances are you probably could too. If for some reason you haven't seen Sherlock, I couldn't highly recommend it anymore.
Oh. Bit different from my day.
You've no idea.
Mike, can I borrow your phone? There's no signal on mine.
Well, what's wrong with the landline?
I prefer to text.
Sorry, it's in my coat.
Here. Use mine.
Oh, thank you.
It's an old friend of mine, John Watson.
Afghanistan or Iraq?
Sorry?
Which was it, Afghanistan or Iraq?
Afghanistan. Sorry, how did you...
Ah, Molly, coffee, thank you. What happened to the lipstick?
It wasn't working for me.
Really? I thought it was a big improvement. Mouth's too small now.
Okay.
How do you feel about the violin?
Sorry, what?
I play the violin when I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't talk for days on. And would that bother you? Potential flatmates should know the worst about each other.
Well, you told him about me.
Not a word.
Then who said anything about flatmates?
I did. Told Mike this morning that I must be a difficult man to find a flatmate for. Now here he is, just after lunch with an old friend, clearly just home from military service in Afghanistan. Wasn't a difficult leap.
How did you know about Afghanistan?
Got my eye on a nice little place in central London. Together we ought to be able to afford it. We'll meet there tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock. Sorry, got a dash. I think I left my riding crop in the mortuary.
Is that it?
Is that what?
We've only just met, and we're going to go look at a flat.
Problem?
We don't know a thing about each other. I don't know where we're meeting. I don't even know your name.
I know you're an army doctor and you've been invalided home from Afghanistan. I know you've got a brother who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him, possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife. And I know that your therapist thinks you're limp psychosomatic, quite correctly, I'm afraid. It's enough to be going on with, don't you think? The name's Sherlock Holmes and the address is 221B Baker Street.